What's going on, everybody? So week 17 is done, and a lot of coaches are done as well. And would you just so know it that it's the same coaches I've been talking about pretty much the whole year. It had to be done. It's one exception that I didn't like, that they had to part ways. That's Jim Harbaugh, but we'll get into that. But everybody else, it had to happen. It doesn't matter. I'm very upset that Lovie Smith is not on this list. Because I don't know why he's coaching. He should go run a preschool, go do something else other than coach football. Because he has proven to be a shit stain on the underwear of the NFL. But let's go ahead and get into this recap. Cleveland at Baltimore. Baltimore 20, Cleveland 10. At one point I thought Cleveland was going to win this game with that rookie dude. I was very surprised to see that, I guess they can't put Hoyer back in, or whatever the situation was, but Johnny Football did throw a party on Friday that made several players go to a meeting on Saturday late. Johnny Football, bro, that guy is really starting to piss me off. Like, you come out, you're shitty, and then now you're throwing parties. Like, oh my God. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. The kid has a lot of growing up to do, and so does the other people on the team that are flocking to him when the guy is playing like total shit turds. Like, you can't throw parties and you're a bum though. Like, you lost 30 zip. That's the last thing that I would want to do if I'm a competitor, is throw a party. But that's another story. Baltimore found a way to win this game. They were down. Them winning this game and all the kind of stuff happening made, who was that? Kansas City be eliminated? I can't remember. It just gets so complicated. Like, you need this guy to do this. This guy has to butt plug that guy, and this guy, like, bro, just tell me who's going to be here and who's not going to be in. It was mad complicated, but that goes on all the time. But Baltimore winning eliminated other people, and I don't know what it was. It wasn't a very entertaining game. I went back and forth with it. At one point, I really did think Baltimore was going to lose the game, but they found a way to win, and they're in the playoffs. Congratulations to the Ravens fans. We'll see what happens in the playoffs. Let's go ahead and look at Jacksonville at Houston. Jacksonville 17, Houston 23. This was another close game. Listen, Jacksonville, for what they have really impressed me. And, I say a lot of crazy shit about guys being shitty. They have no place in the league. But the one thing that makes me know, that somebody really wants to be in the National Football League is heart. And that's one thing that Jacksonville has done. They played with heart. So I can't really question that coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, if your team comes out and shows that they're willing to give everything for you the way the Jaguars have been, how can I can't, I started off the year, they were shitty as fuck. I hated everything. They were an embarrassment to themselves, their families and shit like that. But watching them play, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're looking at a team that everything is against them. The defense is, the defense is working though. You know what I'm saying? And Bortles is coming along. It's just, I have to give them credit, man. At the end of the year, I got to give them credit. I got to be fair with it. Because if I'm not fair, then I lose all credibility with everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, looking at them, they played with heart. Did they lose? Yeah. But they played with some heart, man. And that's all you could really ask in a game where the money turns these guys into like fucking clowns and shells of themselves, and they're not willing to put things on the line. That was huge, the way that they played. Houston, J.J. Watt did his thing. The guys did their thing. They were eliminated from the playoffs. I think that Baltimore has something to do with that. I don't know. Once again, I don't know what the fuck with this guy loses, this guy wins, all kind of shit happens, but that may kind of hamper his MVP. The MVP talk, not making the playoffs. But I don't know. Some people gauge it. I think J.J. Watt had a great year. I think he's a beast. I think his motor never stops. I think he keeps working, and he's a threat. Absolutely. But when you don't win and your team doesn't make the playoffs, that's huge. And Jadeveon Clowney not being there contributed to that, because that's a huge piece on the other side, man. And it takes away a lot of what a coach can do when, their number one pick is not on the field and he has a hangnail hanging from his cuticle. So we'll see what happens with Jadeveon next year, but I think he's injury prone, man. I think he's just the number one pick that's going to be injury prone and just going to try to, make a comeback and do all kind of comebacks and come on the back and all kind of backs. But I don't think he's going to be what we thought he was going to be. Khalil Mack, on the other hand, it would have been much better to take him. Look at, hindsight is 2020 though. But neither one of these teams are making the playoffs. Decent game though. San Diego at Kansas City. San Diego 7, Kansas City 19. I believe Phillip Rivers in week 17 I don't think he was ever beat before. Was that the record that I saw? And all they needed to do was to beat Kansas City to get into the playoffs, and they lost? Yeah, good shit, Phillip Rivers. Now you have enough time to go, you know, you could go bang your wife more and have like fucking 5 kids before the next season starts. Because I don't know what you were doing. You played like shit for the most part. Unnecessary interceptions, ridiculous throws, and the defense didn't step up either for the most part. Kansas City is so disappointing with the talent that you have on that team to not make the playoffs. Shout out to Justin Houston. He should have broke that sack record, man, by Michael Strahan, but he got to 22. That's a tough way to go out, man. Not, you know, Eric Berry being diagnosed with cancer. You guys not making the playoffs. It's been a tough ending to this year for the Chiefs, man. But definitely they deserve credit for what they did. San Diego, man, wow. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what to say, man. You know, at one point I thought that you guys were gonna be able to make some noise and shit like that. But it didn't work out that way because dudes have other thoughts on their minds. They're like going home and fucking bitches and shit, like Phillip Rivers, bro. So they won't be joining us this coming week for the wild card. I don't think did they make, because I know 1 and 2 is the Patriots and the Broncos, and I didn't see the I don't believe the Chargers made the playoffs because of that loss. But I could be wrong, as I usually am. But it doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna go and finish this podcast assuming that they didn't make the playoffs, because I know that my memory serves me well, even though I have had a lot of Captain Morgan's Right Rum from yesterday until now. 5-time distilled. All right, so let's go ahead and continue to talk about the New York Jets at Miami. Bro, New York Jets 37, Miami 24. Where's Rex Ryan? Okay, that's the skinny version of him on the left of the screen right there. That's him over here. The skinny version of him right there, right here. Where one of those titties right here. All right. First of all, when you have liposuction, you shouldn't be a skinny man with titties. The next thing is this, though. Finally, you and John Idzik are out of here, bro. 2 douchebags that's been fucking wreaking havoc. And I'm not, listen, Rex Ryan is a player's coach, and I'm not knocking it. You know, the players love him. The guy is gritty. You know what I'm saying? But I believe he lost a lot of his aura, a lot of who he was when he had liposuction. I think he should have just been fat and lost the weight naturally instead of going straight stomach staple, because it just took away all of what he was. I don't know if you guys agree with me on that. Like, it's like a comedian that's fat and then gets skinny. Like, they're not funny no more. And he didn't seem to be the same guy. He's fired. And listen, sometimes you gotta get fired. When you go all in with Mark Sanchez, you gotta be fired. So look, it happened. John Idzik is out of here. You know, people are saying that Woody's an asshole, the owner of the Jets, that he should be gone. Yeah, you're probably right. Let's see what happens though. Sometimes you need a fresh face, you know what I'm saying? And you know, Rex Ryan got a stomach staple. What that has to do with anything, I have no idea. But he got a stomach staple and he hasn't been the same, and now he's fired. Yo, bro, lose the weight naturally, because it would have happened gradually, and it would have been a lot more to talk about. You would have kept everything with you, and you wouldn't have had man boobs and looked skinny. Miami had a beastly run though. What's that? Miller, like a fucking 90-something yard run or some shit. It was crazy. But that was it for the game. Geno Smith threw some dots for Eric Decker several times actually on the run. But I don't know what Geno Smith. I don't know what he. Bro, what the hell is he? I don't know what he is. Do I think he should be back as the Jets starting quarterback? Absolutely not. But it could just be me. I don't think he's a winner. I think he's a burnt raccoon. Miami, on the other hand, disappointing. Disappointing to end your season losing to the Jets. Very, very disappointing. But it is what it is. That's the way the NFL goes, bro. Bro, nothing is guaranteed. That's why I like the game. That's why we watch. Nothing is guaranteed. Any given Sunday. Next game, Chicago at Minnesota. Minnesota 13, Chicago 9. That's the other guy here that we've been talking about. And everybody was like, no way, Gmia. He's only been there 2 seasons. Ain't nobody gonna fire him that early. No, sir. Do you see this man's face? Look at it right here. Look. Do you see his face? Hold on. Can I zoom in that? Can I zoom in on it? Look at his face. Would you want that man coaching your fucking whoever? You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, this guy had to go. I don't give a fuck how long he's been there. If he was there 2 days. Same thing with Lovie Smith. He should not be coming back. I don't understand. This is ridiculous that this man, and people are saying he should have been fired. No, he's fucking garbage. He's not a head coach in the NFL. That's it. He may know about football as much as we know about football. That's it. He's not an NFL coach. Thank you for firing the fuck out this guy. All right. The game itself, they had one touchdown that was taken back that the guy clearly wasn't in bounds or something like that. Other than that, this game wasn't exciting. You know, but I got to give a shout out to Minnesota and the Minnesota fans for riding with them throughout. Teddy Bridgewater is going to be, I think he's going to be a winner in this league. I think once they figure out what's going on with Adrian Peterson, the Vikings will be able to revamp what's going on, go into the draft, get a running back, get some other things that's going on, another wide receiver, defensive parts. I think they'll be fine. As bad as it was, that was the hand they was dealt. They played it, they went out, and they fought. It's good to end the season on a winning note, especially against a bumburger bitch team like Chicago. And I wonder also, what are they going to do with Jay Cutler? You know what I'm saying? Let me have a drink of this coconut water right quick. Hold on. Do me. All right. What are they going to do about Jay Cutler? That's the biggest question that I have. Because he has no place in this league. The man is a walking turnover. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. But the game, 13-9. Who gives a shit? Shout out to Minnesota for fighting all year. Shout out to Chicago for fucking firing the fuck out of Mark Trestman. Thank you very much. Thank you. Buffalo at New England. Buffalo 17, New England 9. Game had no real meaning to it. New England already secured the number 1 spot. Not a big deal in the AFC. Buffalo, you know, you came out, you did what you had to do. I don't know. There's question marks about Buffalo. What do you got to keep, Kyle Orton? You know what I'm saying? Is he gonna be the starter next year? Apparently so, because EJ Manuel's a bumburger bitch. But it wasn't really much to do. The defense was out there a lot for New England. We got to see Garoppolo a little bit. I would have rather not seen him. But defense was out there. Like I said, I saw fat ass Wilfork out there to try to make a stop, which they didn't. And the guy ran right through the middle. Doesn't look too good for them going in, but I think they'll be fine. The Patriots. I like the Patriots going to the Super Bowl. Buffalo though, there's a lot of questions that's going to be asked about Buffalo. Defensively, they were a very, very solid and stout team. Offensively, I don't, Kyle Orton is not he's not the kind of guy you want to build your franchise around. He's not taking you to the big game, bro. EJ Manuel, he's a bum, but I don't know. It's a very tough thing. I wouldn't want to be a GM on that team, because it seems very, very tough how they're going to be able to do this. I don't know how they're going to be able to revamp it. All I can tell you is that Buffalo's defense is monstrous. That's all I can really tell you. Other than that, there's not much I can say about it. New England didn't really play their starters on offense. They had some defensive guys in. Buffalo, they played, and I just don't know what the fuck to say about them. Like, bro, you didn't really do anything. You came out there, we thought you were gonna do something at the end of the season, then you fucking fold over, went belly up like a bitch, and you're done. Pretty much. That's about it. I just don't know what I can say about going forward, because I love their defense. Their defense is very, very serious business. Offensively, they got a lot to be decided. Other than Sammy Watkins, I'd fire the whole fucking team. Philadelphia at New York Giants. Philadelphia 34, New York Giants 26. These two dickheads. Philly, I actually had you winning the division. How much of an asshole was I? You guys suck, bro. Besides that, the New York Giants, they also suck. And, Tom Coughlin, firing Tom, a lot of guys are asking like, bro, Gmias, you going to talk about if they would fire Tom Coughlin? It's really, really tough, man. Other than that Jaguars loss where they made the Jaguars come back, I just don't know, man. Like, he has 2 of the luckiest Super Bowls with his quarterback, Eli Manning, that I've ever seen. He's done it out of wild card starts. Is he a good coach? I would guess so. The man had a Hall of Famer in Michael Strahan. I don't know about firing Coughlin. I just don't know, because it doesn't seem like the wheels completely falls off, even though they don't play well. I just think that he confides too much in Eli Manning. And when Eli Manning was struggling, it was really, really tough. But then Eli Manning came back, and OBJ Jr. saved his fucking career, because he was supposed to be gone. If OBJ wasn't there, bro, I'm telling you, Eli Manning would have been on his fucking first flight out of New York. But OBJ made him, yo, you better go do what's right. And get on your knees, Eli, and do what's right for OBJ, because without him being there, without that big catch, without him taking away from your fuck-ups, it would have been bad for Eli, man. It would have been bad for Coughlin, but it worked out for them. You know, with Victor Cruz coming back and OBJ, maybe that's good. You got Ruben Randle. You got pieces there. You guys got pieces there. I just thought that the quarterback position was a lot to be desired for the Giants for the most part of the season. Because the Giants, when they're playing well, can beat anyone in the NFC. And it didn't show. It just really didn't show. And that was the biggest issue about it. That was pretty much the game, is that it just didn't show. And, you know, you lose to Philly ending the season. That's never good to lose to a rival. But I don't know about Tom Coughlin being fired. I don't really have a hard-on, per se, for him being fired because, you know, the man has won Super Bowls. But even though it was like, you know, Ms. Gmias be like, yo, what have you done for me lately? I understand that. But all women are going to ask you that. But I'm just not as upset with Coughlin as I am with the other coaches. New Orleans at Tampa Bay. New Orleans 23, Tampa Bay 20. Why is Lovie Smith still a coach in Tampa Bay? How did they make New Orleans come back and win this game? How is Lovie Smith a coach in the NFL? Why is he not on the list with these idiots? Why is he not on the list with these idiots? This seems prejudiced to me. Because there's only Caucasian coaches on this list. Why is nobody talking about that? But if this was all four Afro-American Negroes, oh, this is Prejudice League, all this shit like that. And I understand that the majority of the coaches are Caucasian, so therefore, it will be more likely that Caucasian coaches will be on this list. But I'm just being devil's advocate. I don't like that there's not an African-American Negro on this list being fired, but Lovie Smith is willing and able to participate in this fucking box right here. Am I a douche? Absolutely. Should Lovie Smith be fired? Abso-fucking-lutely. Drew Brees is a fucking bum that was trying to throw dots and was throwing picks. If they didn't win this game, I would say that I don't want Drew Brees back. I don't think he should be back anyway. I think he's washed up. I think he's done. We'll see what happens, but I think he has to go. Sean Payton is going crazy and benching the wrong people. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with him. Ever since his little Spygate thing that he got tied up in, he's been an asshole. But I don't like what I'm seeing from Drew Brees. I really don't. And I think he should be gone. Lovie Smith should be fired. He should be on this list. This is prejudice that he's not on this list. All right, I'm done. Okay, but this game was not much to talk about. It was a turnover fucking frenzy. This guy was throwing picks all the time. This fucking asshole, Drew Brees. It was just real stupid. But somehow he ended up coming back and winning. I really don't give a fuck. Indianapolis at Tennessee. Indianapolis 27, Tennessee 10. Colts, you made the playoffs. Let's see what you can do with it. Tennessee, you guys suck. Not much to talk about. The first half offense stayed in. Second half they went out. Tennessee, you've been bums all season. Nothing much to write about. See you in the playoffs. Congratulations to the Colts. Congratulations to Andrew Luck. Go out there and play your fucking game, Andrew Luck, and you will succeed, bro. Psych, wrong number. You know what I'm saying? Super Hot Fire. Shout out to Super Hot Fire. Bro, listen, I'm going to tell you this right now. The Colts, I don't know where they're going to go, man. Yo, bro. It's going to be pretty tough. It's going to be pretty tough, bro. I'm going to be honest with you. To make the playoffs is a very, very huge feat in the AFC, I believe, because AFC is so tough. I don't know where they're going, though. I really just don't. I really have no idea what they're going to do, or if they're going to do anything, or if this is a possibility, or to be or not to be. What? It doesn't really matter. Good luck in the playoffs. We'll see what happens. Not much to write home about. You guys look decent. We'll see what happens. Guys got a lot of rest. Dallas 44, Washington 17. Why is RG3 still in the league? With Weavin, he has a Weavin. Robert. His name is Robert. That's what we call him. No, I'm on RG3. Like I said, Robert. Why does he still have a Weavin? After I saw Deshaun Jackson take that play for 6 in the early part of the game, I was like, oh, hell's yeah. Washington might be able to do something. RG3 is a bum. Jay Gruden, believe it or not, should be fired in his first year. And let me tell you why. If you go on a date, right, and a girl has huge lips, the only thing you thinking about is if she about to give you that BJ. All right? Now, if she doesn't give you the BJ, You went out on a date with her under false pretenses. Same thing that happened here. Jay Gruden was hired as the coach under false pretenses. I could fix this. I could fix RG3. Motherfucker, you can't fix shit. You a bum burger bitch, and you need to go into the booth with your brother. He should be fired, and so should RG3. Dallas, on the other hand, man, they look good. They look good going into the playoffs. I can't believe I'm saying this. They look good. And I tell you this right now, Dallas can beat the Seahawks. Let that happen and you guys will see what the fuck I'm talking about. Dallas can beat the Seahawks. Don't trip. Remember I told you that. If they end up playing, I like Dallas. That's all I'm going to say. Carolina at Atlanta. Carolina 34, Atlanta 3. That's when we come to this gentleman right here. Mike Smith. Finally, he's fired, bro. Right where he belongs. Fired. The man went in against the Seahawks in the championship game, got his ass whipped. The man went out when all he had to do was win and be in and put up 3 points. And then you know what's funny? I was watching this game and the guy was like, one of the commentators was like, yeah, Matt Ryan, I don't like to say this word, but he's an elite quarterback in this league. Was he watching the same game I was watching? Elite? Are you fucking serious? Meanwhile, if you're watching the game with an African-American Negro quarterback, and like Geno Smith, and he's doing that shit, elite ain't coming out your mouth. And I'm not comparing Geno to Matt Ryan, because obviously Matt Ryan is a better quarterback. He's not Matty Ice, he's Matty Thrice, because he will get his ass whipped 3 times in a row and put up 3 points as well. But Carolina went out there, they handed Mike Smith the strap on and said, do yourself. And that's what happened with this game. Complete domination, picks for 6, all kinds of crazy shit. Embarrassing. Mike Smith, you deserve to be fired for that showcase. Not even a fight. Carolina made it to the playoffs, 7-8-1. Whoop-de-doo in a bullshit NFC South division. Let's see what happens. Do I think Carolina is dangerous? Yeah, but I also think that Ebola is dangerous. But let's see what happens. Do I like Carolina? Maybe. Maybe I do. It's possible. Oakland at Denver. Denver 47, Oakland 14. Congratulations to the Oakland Raiders, man, for getting wins to begin with. I thought you were going to go 0-16. The Denver Broncos did what they're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? They went out there, secured the victory. They got the number 2 seed. Nothing much to talk about. They beat on a bum-ass team. Khalil Mack, you are a beast. You should have definitely went number 1 overall. But hindsight is 2020. Not much to talk about with this game. Denver played a much shittier team. How do I think Denver will do in the playoffs? They're not going to the Super Bowl. Detroit at Green Bay. Detroit 20, Green Bay 30. Aaron Rodgers is a bad man. Even though the Ndamukong Suh wanted to make sure that he never walked again by putting all of his fat ass weight on his ankle when he stepped on it, the Ndamukong Suh is probably gonna he should be removed from the NFL. Like I'm really starting to get tired of the Ndamukong Suh. I don't know if you guys are too. Like it's just too much bullshit. And when you're known for it, you got to do your best not to make it happen. And that was intentional. And I got to be a man about it and say it. And I like Suh. He's a very tough, strong player, but you can't. Guys comparing him to Warren Sapp and doing shit like that. You can't compare a guy of that character to Warren Sapp. Did Warren Sapp have a family outside of his family? Is he a deadbeat dad? Yes, all those things are true. But as a player on the football field, you can't compare the two. And the Ndamukong Suh is really pissing me off. And when you fuck around with A-Rod, you know what I'm saying? The real A-Rod, not the A-Rod that took steroids on the Yankees. The real A-Rod, Aaron Rodgers. That's fucked up, bro. That you're going to try to step on his ankle like that and act like you didn't mean to do it. But I knew that Detroit was going to win this game. And it's not the fact, Jim Caldwell should be fired, but not yet. He looks like a grandpa, like a guy that gives gifts on Christmas, and that's his only job. He doesn't look like a coach. You see Mike McCarthy? I like Mike McCarthy. I like a guy with that kind of face, like, yo, I'm about to come over there and fuck you up. It doesn't matter if you're Caucasian, a man of color, Spanish, Riverboat Ron style. I don't care, as long as you have that face that, yo, I'm about to come over there and put my foot in your ass. That's all I'm looking for. It's a football game, guys. It's a football game. You can't have coaches like Mark Trestman and Mike Smith walking around. I'll even take a Rex Ryan. Rex Ryan shows that vigor. Jim Harbaugh shows that vigor. These fucking coaches, bro. Jim Caldwell. Like, who's scared of Jim Caldwell? Like, come on, guys. You gotta be, Mike Ditka, these guys, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm looking for. Mike Singletary type shit. But Green Bay, you took care of business and earned yourself a bye, I believe. Right? Did they earn a bye? Because they took the NFC North, right? I don't know what I'm talking about. You guys probably tell me I'm a douche after the video like always anyway. Doesn't really matter. St. Louis at Seattle. Seattle 20. St. Louis 6. St. Louis had me scared for a little bit. I thought they were going to beat the Seahawks. Then I woke up. That's it. 20-6. The Rams. Listen. Jeff Fisher has no business being in the NFL as a coach right now. He should be a coordinator that takes out the garbage. He doesn't win anything. He's the longest tenured coach that doesn't win that I've ever seen that's so highly coveted. On the other hand, the Seahawks, you have a chance to go back and repeat as Super Bowl champions. Congratulations. That's it. This game wasn't exciting at all. Except for that run when Marshawn Lynch ran into the end zone, didn't grab his crotch this time because he got fined for it. He just looked back and shit. That shit was hilarious. I love when he scores and look back like that. It's just completely hilarious. Arizona at San Francisco. San Francisco 20, Arizona 17. Quarterback is becoming a major issue over there, bro, for the Cardinals. I thought they were going to start that guy Logan or something, the man of color over there. Why was Lindley still in? He did throw a dot that one time. But the 49ers, man, this guy right here, parting ways, allegedly going to be with Michigan. I hope the best for anywhere you go, man. You went out there, for what I saw, you were a great coach. Going to the playoffs 3 times, going to the Super Bowl once in those 3 years. I would have kept you, regardless of whatever I couldn't agree with. You're getting the job done. You're going to be hard to replace. You're going to be missed. I know the 49ers fans are not too happy about it, but it's the way of business. Sometimes you got to fall in line, man, when you're not that guy. And it didn't work out for you. But I know wherever you land, you'll fall on your feet, man. I wish you nothing but the best, regardless of what anybody had to say about you. I'm just talking about what goes on the football field. I don't care what you do outside of that. On the football field, you appeared to be a guy that had a lot of force, a lot of vigor, a guy that would go over there and put your foot in somebody's ass. And you'll be missed, man. You'll be missed, Jim Harbaugh. You're the only guy that should not be on this fucking list. You should not be in the same bracket with these other 3 dickheads to your left. But that's the way the world goes sometimes. I had to just say that, man. It's just not right when a person does his job to the utmost capability and still because of politics is removed. I don't like that shit. And Jim Harbaugh didn't deserve it, but hopefully him and his wife and his family are able to enjoy the times at Michigan where you're going to be getting paid a lot more money. And, just being away from the NFL scene. There's nothing like the NFL. Even though college football is huge, I just love me some NFL. And you're going to be missed. Arizona, you guys suck. Final game, Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh 27, Cincinnati 17. Let me just say something about that hit from Reggie Nelson or LaDavian Bell. If you're going to blame anybody, blame the fucking NFL. Because like I said before, I've always been saying this. If you're going to play in this game of such a violent sport, sign a fucking waiver and everything else is off limits. We are not responsible for this shit. You're choosing to play, we're choosing to pay. That's it. Sign a fucking waiver. Because this is bullshit now. These kind of injuries is going to be more likely to end their careers earlier than the other shit. Okay, you're going to be crazy and cuckoo in the Cocoa Puffs. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Where you fucking retire. It's better than being out forever with a fucking torn knee. And a rip this and a rip that because the NFL is forcing you to go low. Sorry, I had to rant about that. We all knew Marvin Lewis was going to lose this game. We all knew that. We all know what the Bengals are going to do. Marvin Lewis should be another guy that's on this list. Marvin Lewis. Look, when he loses in the playoffs, he better be fired. And it better be instantaneously. And post haste too. I'm just really pissed that he's not on this list. They're a playoff team. Sometimes you gotta fire a motherfucker right before the playoffs, yo. To put a fucking fire under these guys' asses. Anybody could get it. Pittsburgh did what they had to do. They handled their business. Congratulations to the Steelers. You guys had a rough start to begin. But you guys can, LaDavian Bell not being in, that's huge, man. I like your chances of upsetting somebody. I don't right now. I don't. LaDavian Bell out, I don't. You can't, You don't got anybody on your roster that can replace what he did. I don't like it. I'm being honest with you. I'm sorry, Steelers fans. I don't like it. I'm really skeptical about it now. Don't like it whatsoever. That's it. Pretty much, that's where we are. I'm going to go ahead. We're going to take a look at this real quick. Okay, so we got Arizona at Carolina. Okay. This is the wildcard weekend for this week right here. Okay, Arizona at Carolina. I like Carolina in this game. I do. It sounds weird, but I like it. Baltimore at Pittsburgh. Who do I like? Who do I like? Who do I like? Who do I like? I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh. I'm gonna take Pittsburgh. And on Sunday, Cincinnati, Indianapolis. I like the Colts. And Detroit at Dallas. I like Dallas. That's it. Hope you guys enjoy it. I'll be back next week with the results of the divisional round. The wild card weekend. I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast for the regular season. If you do, definitely let me know in the comments. If you don't, let me know in the comments as well. Either way, I don't really give a shit. I'm gonna do it anyway. But let me know how you guys feel. And enjoy the rest of your day. New Year's is coming. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. That means get drunk. What? Or does it mean the opposite? Does it mean don't drink? I don't know which way it is. Enjoy your day, guys and girls. Until next time, it's always one love.